Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be looking at the Hornby Emily. I reviewed this one on my old channel a while ago. This is going to be a re-review because that was one of the few reviews I did when I actually, I did a live unboxing. And what I've noticed is typically when you're getting things brand new and you review them in that way, you haven't had time to really see the negatives and everything, so you're very positive towards it. So we'll take a more fair look at it in this one. I don't think, let me preface by saying this, I don't think Hornby Emily's a bad model. Hornby, Emily, and Edward seem to be the ones that people dog on the most, although definitely Emily by a long shot. And I don't know, I just kind of want to show in this video that Hornby Emily really is not a bad model at all. You just have to, it just depends on what you're looking for in a model train. So anyway, we have the Thomas & Friends logo. Picture of Thomas is my favorite era of packaging. It's like that early 2000s look. So, and you have all the different characters. Let me zoom it in rather than trying to bring it in. There's Henry, James, Mavis, Percy, Thomas, Clarabelle, Edward, Gordon, Henry, James, and it repeats. On the side here we have R9231 Emily. Some of these have like James the red engine or Gordon the big blue engine or something, but this one just says Emily. This is interesting. And then on the back here, we have a few of the other characters you can get. According to the box, it says 2005, but the logo says 2006. So I'm going to go 2006, but this box is dated 05. There's James, Gordon, Bill, Ben, Toby, Duck, Thomas, and Percy. Still don't have Bill and Ben. One day. Annie, Clarabelle, you have Gordon and James as composite brake coaches, open wagons, tankers, circus vans. You know, we've all seen it before. Underneath, stuff that no one really cares about. So, let's get Emily out. So, usually I look at instructions, etc., but Emily didn't come with them. I got Emily used, unlike James, where I got him brand new. And interesting enough, in that James video, I don't remember him having instructions. So maybe that James never came with instructions. I don't know. You would have thought if he did, I would have still had them. Anyway, here's Emily. So we'll get Emily out. Nice and easy. Hopefully. That tender's trying to come out, so we'll get the tender out. Alright, Emily. So, real quick, kind of like with James, this isn't a... Let me fix the lighting a little bit. This isn't a standard Emily. It's slightly different, but not by much. The only thing I've done is I've painted the rims around the wheels white. I did that quite some time ago, as well as I added a crew. The tender wheels are white as well, and they are usually plastic wheels, not metal wheels. So that's all I've done to this Emily. Although, if we look at the white wheels, the white rims on the wheels here, I don't know, I might go, because see, just over time, they kind of come off. You can kind of see there. I mean, in episodes you can't tell, but up close you definitely can. So, maybe when my series is over, I'll get all this white paint off and put it back to stock again. I do like it, it's just I feel it's a lot to keep up with when it starts chipping away like that, so. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet. Let's look at the logo first before we get onto the tender. Here is the front of Emily. She's a little bit dusty, I apologize for that. I've been filming a lot recently, so they're not going to look the cleanest. Oh, that didn't help, did it? Maybe now you can see it a bit better. There's Emily's face. She has quite a nice face. Now, typically in the show, Emily's face doesn't take up the entirety of the smoke box, but the sculpt is spot on. That looks like Emily's face to me. You have metal buffers, not sprung, but they are metal, which is very nice. You have the bogey part here, which moves very, very freely. It is a Dean single, not a Sterling single, so like the older Dean singles by Hornby, those wires are still kind of visible. They don't bother me, but I can see how they can bother some people, so I figured I would just point them out here for those who don't know. They're a little bit visible, so if that's something that bothers you. Also, something interesting is they have this like cutout here. This is on all the Dean singles, from my understanding. for like, you know, to like clear room for the wheel or whatever, although it should never really get that close unless it's like going up a hill, so I just think that's an interesting choice. Now typically on the show, Emily is more like, her color palette's more like green and like an emerald green and brown. This is more like emerald green and black. Granted, there are some brown bits here and there, obviously, but she's more of a emerald green and black color scheme, which I actually do quite like. There's the inside of the cab. Again, I added the crew. Not the best looking crew. I made these ones, but you can see that it actually did come detailed. All that, it came like that. I didn't actually have to go in and paint any of that, which is really nice. You got the screw at the back here that's used to assemble and disassemble the model for maintenance or whatever you need to do that for. Yeah, the livery application is very nice. I can't see any flaws in the paintwork at all. No, paintwork looks pretty good to me. Nothing looks wrong with that. The handrails are molded. I believe her and, ironically enough, the last one I just reviewed, James, are the only ones with non-separately fitted handrails in the Thomas range. Because all the ones I can think of, like, actually, matter of fact, I have them right here. This is a good example. Like Gordon, Henry, or Spencer, see these handrails are separate. Yeah, James and Emily's aren't, which is interesting. It could just be because their tooling is a bit older than, you know, the likes of Spencer, etc. But I just thought that was something that we could look at, something to point out. Yeah, but also a metal chimney cap. It's not plastic. This is a metal piece. A lot of the times nowadays on professional grade models, these will be plastic, which is not great. And look at the high shine on the safety valve bonnet here. It's really nice. Look at that. Very shiny. I really like that. Looks good. Let me just get that out of it. But yeah. So as a Thomas fan, you might not like this model too much because it doesn't, you know, the Sterling single is what Emily's based off, not a Dean single. But as a Hornby collector, I like it because Dean singles are usually only used, like, they're not used very often in Hornby. They're not easy models to come by in double O gauge, you know, period. I know they just did one recently. It was like a throwback model kind of thing, so it's not very easy to come by Dean singles. So the fact that I have a Dean single in my collection and the fact that it's Emily makes it even more special, you know, so that's why I really like it. And you know what? I think it looks like Emily. Everyone I've showed this to, whether they're a Thomas fan or not, knows this is Emily, so obviously Hornby did something right there, so. But yeah, no shade to the Bachman Emily, though. I do like how Bachman Emily looks. It's just this as a model is definitely going to last you a lifetime. Bachman model is going to last you about 2.5 years, let's be honest. Here's the tender. One thing that is missing is mine did not come with a coal load. So I guess, yeah, the coal is removable, obviously, because mine didn't come with it, so that's a nice touch. If I had it, I would demonstrate that. I don't, because I got it used. Yeah, so it does come with removable coal. I'll go in there and add my own more realistic coal. There's the inside. Not a lot going on there at all, really. There's the other side. Again, the paintwork is very nice. The lining and everything looks very straight. There's no hiccups in the lining or anything. It looks very good. There's the water filling cap, and I'm not too sure what that is. No, it has to do with the real life basis. I just don't know what it is. Back again, we got metal buffers, not sprung again, but they are metal, which is very nice. The D-style coupling, which, oh no, I was gonna say, unfortunately, it is removable. So if you want to, you know, swap that out, then you can do so. It's not like NEM or anything, but you can definitely swap it out if you'd like to. So that's a nice touch. I won't because I have a lot of older rolling stock with the D-style couplings, so I don't see a reason to go in and change it. But you can if you'd like to do so. You can. Made in China underneath, shocker. These wheels here are from a Bachman Emily's tender, or Bachman Emily brake coach, sorry. Because they already have the white rims and they're metal, and this middle wheel is unflanged. So she can go around sharper curves, which is nice. Typically, yeah, they are plastic. I do have them somewhere, and I might fit them back to her, I'm not sure. the only reason I really changed them is actually not because they're metal. I changed them because they didn't run on code 80 track. They only ran well on code 100 track, which I guess makes sense, but I have bits of code 80, code 83 track on my layout, and they didn't work on those, so I swapped them out. But I do still have them somewhere. I looked for them the other day for this review. I couldn't find them. I think I hid them somewhere on my layout, and now ironically, I can't find them, so that's great. Yeah. I think the biggest problem I have with this model, like, things I do like performance-wise, is she does go really fast, which is interesting, but she actually goes very slow as well. Like, if she just went really fast and had no control, I'd be pissed, but she can go very fast, but also has a nice, smooth, slower speed, which is really nice, and she's very quiet too, which I really like. So the only thing I really dislike is, here's the tender drawbar, which is nice because it is metal. It's not like plastic or anything, but it should be metal. But there's no electrical connection to the tender at all. And I really think this loco could have benefited with some extra pickups added. Because all the wheels on the loco pick up, which is nice. Your driving wheel picks up. This is the only wheel that's powered, by the way. It's just this wheel set here. But this picks up, and these wheels at the front pick up. That's why there's wires going down there. But the tender doesn't. And Emily's a relatively short model. I've never had problems with her cutting out, but it would definitely lower on the possibility of that happening if the tender had some metal wheels and pickups on it. So that would have been nice. Especially because this came out in the early 2000s, that the tech was definitely there. They just didn't do it, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, again, it hasn't served a problem for me. I've never had a problem with that at all. But you know, maybe if your track's a bit dirty or something, you might have some problems. I'm not entirely sure. I wish there's some electrical connection there, kind of like James. See, with James, you have pickups going from here and the tender as well. So, but you know, besides that, I really do like Hornby Emily. I think she's a really nice model, especially from a model train standpoint rather than a Thomas fan standpoint, and I have both of those standpoints, so I have a reason to appreciate this model. Is she the most accurate? No. Does she look like Emily though? I think she does, but she's a quality model though, which is what you won't, unfortunately you won't get that with the Bachmann one. The Bachmann one's got the looks, but the Bachmann one does not have the performance to back it up, and I would know, because I owned one of those and it didn't end too well. Ask Z-Man Thomas Studios. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. I recommend Emily. Again, I'm not giving these models, I don't know if I said this in the James video, I'm not really going to be giving these models ratings anymore, because I know, because I love these things, guys. And typically I'm very, very nice on them, so I'm only going to point out the positives, the negatives, and I will let you guys draw a conclusion, and maybe y'all can give this model a rating in the comments. So we'll do that this time instead. But here she is next to James, because why not? I had James out and they look cool. So yeah, thank you all for watching. The next video should be an episode. I have some more reviews and things coming. December is going to be a good month for my channel. I'm going to get a lot of Thomas stuff out there. You know, it's Christmas, it's model train season, so yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know your thoughts. Hopefully I changed your mind, because this really, she's not a bad model at all. Pricey, sure, but definitely a good model if you can pick her up for a decent price. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.